gents. I'm Savage.
And this is Ty, y'all. What's up?
And we are articulate. I can't sing, but pretend I can.
Um,
I said pretend I can.
Listen, I'm just glad to be back for episode number 3.
As am I, and I'm glad you guys are joining us. We hope you told a friend. We hope you enjoyed the show last week. If not, please go back and listen.
How was your weekend? Because I saw on our social media that you went to the Women's March in D.C.
I did. I enjoyed the weather. I can say that. I enjoyed the speeches. Nancy Pelosi and her homies from the House came out and they were talking. And then there were a couple of other presenters. And I say other because the acoustics aren't so great at the Lincoln Memorial. So I could just see people's lips moving and the ASL interpreter moving her hands. Hopefully she wasn't a fraud like that one lady. But it was good. It was powerful. I had mixed emotions because I am a black woman, in case y'all haven't figured that out yet. And I would say 98% of the people that were there were white women. And it's in the back of your mind, like, I understand we're all women, we're fighting for women's rights, but where does, people of color, where do we fit in? Where do LGBTQ people fit in? There were quite a few mom couples there, as my friend put it. Yeah, there were a few.
Yeah, I saw a lot
couples.
of the signs. They were funny as fuck. Some of the ones that you posted too, but there were a lot of them on social media that were funny.
A lot of them were bashing Trump. And
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I was there for it. And
I
there
mean,
were some
and
really
y'all
good
right
artists.
next to the White House. Please.
Oh, yeah, we walked next to the White House. Somebody almost got arrested, and it was a pro-life guy out there on the megaphone yelling at the crowd as we walked by when we were marching. And there were police officers out there looking so angry, and I'm like, the weather is nice. Put a smile on your face. It's not like we out here in the snow. But it was a little older lady walking with us, and she heard what they were saying, and she went to lunge and jump on them. And I was like, okay, set it off, Grandma.
Buck.
I had her
Buck,
back.
Grandma.
I was like, what was said? I mean, we was ready. But the police officer grabbed her up real quick, like, ma'am, like she was really going to do something. This is a little tiny, frail, petite grandma. She was not going to do anything. But she was going off.
Though.
She was like, I don't understand if people, and not to get too far off topic, but she just brought up the fact if women are not able to have access to health care, people are going to go back to unsafe tactics. If they did want to get an abortion, go back to the wire hangers. And she's like, I knew people that died from it. It got real deep for a second, but all in all, it was great. I feel like people are motivated to vote. That was the whole purpose of it.
Well, personally, I didn't do much of anything this weekend, but try to prepare for this long-ass work week. 'Cause this is the first full work week I've had in, like, I want to say like a month and a half since before the holidays and shit. So I was struggling.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, we made it, to hump day at the very least. But I feel you. It's that. Oh, go ahead.
Tiffany Haddish, worst job ever of Oscar nom announcements. Not funny at all. So there were some mixed reviews because some people felt like very serious about it. Like, these people waited all their life to be nominated and you ruined it because you said their name wrong. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up.
We find some things so, like, it. Calm down. It's really not that deep.
Joe Berkovitz said, I could watch Tiffany Haddish mispronounce names all morning. And that's what I was saying, because I was crying when I seen that shit. I thought it was funny.
And she's here. I'm still here. Like Gina said on her song.
I can't.
I'm still here.
Have you seen the videos of her doing that choreography?
Here.
Gina said she will not be dismissed. She's going to try to have her singing career before she's dead.
That's right.
You got to push. Remember that?
You got to push. Oh, come on now, push. You got to push till you get it right.
Speaking of pushing, Monique is trying to push for a boycott on Netflix.
Oh,
God,
Monique tried to cancel Netflix and chill in the first month of the year. Okay.
Listen, she's trying to she's trying to boycott Netflix for color bias and gender bias. Please stand with me. I love us. It's something about her
I
delivery to
felt
me.
that. I felt the I love us though. I was like,
I
oh.
find it hilarious. Like it's almost like a parrot watching a parody video. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. Even though I completely agree with what she's saying, and I think there is an issue there. Like it's just her delivery that, to me, I can't take her seriously for some reason. I don't know if it's because she's a comedian or because she got that whole open relationship bullshit drama going on, and I don't know how I feel about her. But
Yeah. I think there was a whole lot of backlash because people were immediately bashing her. Like before she even had that follow-up interview on Sway, like when she first posted it on Instagram, people were
yeah,
like, "Huh, I'm not canceling my Netflix for you." And honestly, it came a little soon after Let's Boycott H&M, and you know people felt a way about that. Um, but I feel what she's saying. I just think she could have consulted with public relations, her good girlfriends. Like, she has so many avenues to vet this delivery before she put it out on Instagram. So she might have let her emotions get the best of her before she went public. Um,
listen,
and she may have
I'm
had a different response had she
I'm gonna
thought it
tell you
out.
where she fucked up at with niggas. Half y'all don't got no Netflix account, and I'm
But
not
it,
naming no names.
oh, yes, I use Ty's fucking Netflix account,
But it's not just you. That happens everywhere.
and I
Half
got
y'all
a
don't got no
profile.
fucking Netflix account to boycott. You ain't paying for shit anyway.
I don't pay for it. Actually, I get it. I mean, she just wants people to stand in solidarity with her. And I get it. I wish our community was a little more on board with it or even entertaining. Like, I feel like when people first heard it, they all bust out laughing.
I know. And when I saw the video, did you see the video she recently posted? She was it was her and her husband standing in front of her like trophy case or whatever,
Uh,
and they were
she
like
she
she
posted a
based it
video with receipts.
receipts, and she went through like how much Amy Schumer's blockbuster movie made from 2016 from last summer I think versus how much her almost Christmas music movie made from 2016, and proportionally it was like way more.
Listen to this one day, and
Drake,
mommy never
old
drank Old
English,
E.
40 out. Matter of fact, we would go to the store, like a group of us. Somebody would go to the store. I can't even remember, like, were we legal? I don't know. We were legal, just for the
Why
purposes
are
of
you
this podcast.
incriminating
And
us?
get two OEs a piece with the paper bag. You had to have the paper bag. And I
Oh my
remember
god,
hearing a rumor about them having rat poison in
rat
it. Did you
poison.
hear about that?
I did.
Why were we drinking that bullshit?
We
I
didn't
don't
give
even
a shit.
understand. Clearly, we can buy liquor, so why didn't we buy
We
actual
didn't
liquor? We
care.
probably was broke as fuck too. Tracy Good on Instagram said, "Throw the whole family away." KRXD said, "She want her babies to be important so bad. We still don't care, Kim. We want to see updated photos of Beyonce twins."
Thank you. That's the word.
I mean, clearly she loves controversy. She loves to be, an attention whore. So I think I have to believe that plays into it, but I don't think it's a terrible name. I'm on the fence.
I
It's not me. I don't care.
don't give
I
a
think the
shit.
difference is her kids are automatically going to be famous. You can bet your fucking money
If
on
Kris
that.
Jenner is still alive, then yes, everybody will make a coin. Trust and
Now,
believe that
if
shit.
Quita off the block try to name her baby Chicago, it's going to be a different thing for that Chicago growing up than it is for Chicago
Exactly.
West. So
Exactly.
that's the difference. They're famous already. Oh, I had to mention Drake has new music out, and we love
I'm
Drake here
aware.
on Articulate.
Zaddy dropped something for us in the middle of the night.
Listen, Drake got 2 new songs out, y'all. He can do no wrong. If you haven't heard it, please go listen. Especially God's Plan. That one I actually seen earlier today that it broke a Spotify record for like over 4 million streams in 24 hours. That's the first single, I think.
All I know is there was
But
a lyric on there that spoke to me. I'm not going to say it because I've been saying it to Ty literally since I heard the song.
come on.
But it has something to do with your bed and your mother and how you love them more than everything else in life.
I know.
And that
I've
shit
seen
spoke to
people,
me deep down in my soul.
because it's the black truth. But I've seen people posting about that, though. But
I
yeah,
saw a lot of memes about it, and it's just because it's a word. And that's why Drake is going to be around for a long time because he can say minor shit like that, and it just touches you deep down in
Drake
your soul.
can do no wrong. I like everything he touches. If I met somebody that didn't like Drake, I don't like you.
There's somebody that you know that doesn't like Drake, and you don't like her.
Just oh, okay, okay, good. I was about to say tell them they're canceled, but you already said I don't like them. So, but yeah, I went to the OVO Fest with my brothers back in 2015. When I tell you, it was everything. I'm trying to get back to Toronto.
I
So
have been a Drake fan since he had his first mixtape. I can't, it's slipping my mind right now, but it's black and it got like a boy on it with a balloon or some shit. But
come on,
I've been a fan of
fan.
Drake. Huh?
Come on, fan.
If you want to slip up and have another baby, come see
Wait.
me. Thank you.
Well, he said something about he need a whole bunch of pregnancy tests now because niggas is claiming to have his child. But I also wanted to talk about this whole Sierra level up post that social media was up in arms about. So she posted a video of Pastor John Gray, who I love, by the way, saying something about like
I
too
thought it
many.
was Creflo. Who is it?
No, it's Pastor John Gray.
Ooh.
Too many women want to be married, but you're walking in the spirit of a girlfriend. And she like wrote she posted a video and wrote like hashtag level up. Ellen's
Probably.
a fucking vampire or some shit. I don't
Not a
know.
vampire.
All right, y'all. So that was the articulate segment. Please remember, be sure to add hashtag tap or hashtag the articulate podcast when you're commenting around social media. Let us know what you're thinking and what you care about, and we may quote you on an upcoming episode. This episode is brought to you by The Stephen Knight Show. The Stephen Knight Show combines heart, cultural views, fashion, and business news, indie music, along with celebrities from the world of sports and entertainment. The Stephen Knight Show kicked off its eighth season on air on January 22nd. Previous guests have included Michael K. Williams, Tito Jackson, Faith Evans, Selena Johnson, Kelly Price, Pam Long of R&B group Total, Montel Jordan, Evelyn Braxton, Jody Watley, other celebrities, as well as many independent artists, movie directors, fitness and relationship experts, and now us, because we were on the premiere episode. So go tune in, guys. The Stephen Knight Show airs each and every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only at thestephennightshow.com.
Welcome back, you guys. Let's get into the articulated topic for this week. DACA. Wait, I probably shouldn't. Well, it is a positive subject. Ty, you heard of DACA?
I have heard of DACA. I heard about Dreamers, DACA, and all that. I don't know the background info or the details, so this is good.
People do use it interchangeably, and that's because the DREAM Act predated DACA, but DREAM stands for Development, Relief, and Education for Alien Minors, and DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. And there's a similar theme offering protections, deportation for people that were brought to the U.S. illegally by their parents as children. But DACA was an executive action by President Obama, and the DREAM Act is a congressional measure. So I've heard a lot about people being opposed to DACA because they feel like there are a lot of illegals in the country
Right.
because of it. And
Namely 45 saying that ignorant shit.
right, but I'm not even going to get into the fact about how, like, how dare you call somebody illegal?
Exactly.
It's a little fucked up. But let's just get into it. So DACA was put into place by President Obama because the DREAM Act failed to go through both houses of Congress, and he came up with DACA in 2012 to protect these children that were brought here by their parents and to help them have a dream, in the words of MLK Jr.
Come on.
I know I'm giving you a word, but over the last 16 years, people have come up with different versions of the DREAM Act. It's just in 2012, which was 6 years ago. Um, President Obama came up with DACA to get some protection for these children that were brought over here, not by their own choice, right? Like they were brought here by their parents to
Right.
give them a better life. So it, in short, it provides a 2-year deferment from deportation actions. So it simply means they can't get deported for 2 years. If they're part of this program and they're approved, then they are fully protected. They don't have legal status, right? But they are protected. And you can't be a felon or have significant misdemeanors or 3 or more misdemeanors. Like, you have to be law abiding, somebody with some sense that wants to do better for themselves, or a dreamer, right?
That
Like,
literally destroys Trump's argument and his opinion of, let's just say, Mexican people, because that's what he's basically said. He sees them negatively, and I think that has a lot to do with this. But that destroys that argument. So what's the problem?
and if his base would just do their Googles, like they don't even have to do any in depth. Like they don't have to go to the library, get a library
It's
card, check
there
some shit
for
out.
you.
Like, you just need to Google it, and you will see it on many reputable sources. What the program is about, what type of people are in the program, and the benefits that it affords them. Did I say that right? Anyway,
Talk.
so why would somebody want to be in the program? They don't want to be deported, right? What does it protect against? Deportation. And how would it affect our pockets, right? Because a lot of people are motivated by money. That's, their main motivation.
Right.
But if DACA was rescinded and, we deported everyone back to their respective countries, that would shrink the population by over 1 million people. Almost 2 million, to be exact. If we got rid of every single DACA recipient, that's 2 million people out of the country. And just to give you a little,
I was going to say a direct hit on the economy.
Yeah. And it would cost us over $60 billion over the course of 10 years. So I know that's a really long time, and it really is a drop in the bucket in terms of our debt, our national debt.
Right.
But it's still a shit ton of money.
No, yeah.
So it definitely would affect our economy in a negative way. And I've heard people say, oh, I wouldn't necessarily want to be mow lawns. But then I've also heard people say, oh, all the Mexican people are taking away our jobs and cheap labor and every excuse you can come up with in the book. But I think it boils down to racism. Because, as you know, there was a government shutdown earlier this week.
Right.
And a lot of people may know that, you guys may know that it was largely tied to the extension of DACA, because there is a deadline for expiration of March 5th of this year where the program will end, because 45 decided back in September that he wanted to end the program. That has been being appealed and fought in federal court. As of today, people can continue to apply to the program, but you never know, next week they may cut it off. So it's just leaving a lot of people in limbo. People are really stressed out. Like, I know my dental hygienist was like, a lot of my clients, they don't even want to come and get their teeth cleaned because they don't want to drive. They're afraid they're going to get pulled over and they're going to face deportation. Wow. And people don't really understand the gravity. Like, we look at, oh, they want to get rid of this program. Oh, they want to deport all these people. But living in constant fear of somebody ripping you away from your home and what you know, and putting you in a country where you may or may not know that language, or you may or may not know anyone that's dangerous, that shit is real.
Yeah, like, if I've been here since I was 3, I don't know anything the fuck else. For you to take me back to a country in my mind, I've never been to, because I have no memory before fucking 3 years old, or however old these kids are coming here at. It's insane. It's actually sad.
It's sad. It's insane. And indie music, along with celebrities from the world of sports and entertainment. The Stephen Knight Show will kick off. Oh, they have kicked off its 8th season this past Monday. And Ty and I were actually on the show, so you guys should check it out. That's thestephennightshow.com. It premieres, or it shows. How about I just cut this and start over? This episode is brought to you by The Stephen Knight Show. The Stephen Knight Show combines heart, cultural views, fashion, and business news, indie music, along with celebrities from the world of sports and entertainment. The Stephen Knight Show kicked off its 8th season on air this past Monday, January 22nd, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Ty and I were guests, so you guys should check it out. We had an awesome little interview there where we talked about our show and our dreams for it. But previous guests on his show have been Michael Williams, Tito Jackson, Faith Evans, Silena Johnson, and a host of other celebrities, as well as many independent artists, movie directors, fitness, and relationship experts. The Stephen Knight Show airs each and every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, only at thestephennightshow.com.
All right, y'all. We are back. Let's see. So, words of the week. I hope y'all really have been using these words.
And going off, okay?
Listen, I definitely think about it every time we have words of the week. I'll try to go back and use it somewhere in my life for the week. But we got 2 new words, y'all. So I'm gonna give you the definitions of each one, and Savage and I are gonna try to use them in a sentence, hopefully related to something we talked about on this episode. But I don't feel like we've been successful at that. We'll see. The first word is leonine. Leonine is spelled Leonine. Leonine is an adjective, and it means of, relating to, suggestive of, or resembling a lion.
Oh, that's cute.
I've literally never heard that in my entire life, and that's why I was like, this is perfect.
Leonine.
Of, relating to, suggestive of, or resembling a lion. It's an adjective. Leonine. Okay. Let's see.
Rastafarians love leonine and ioni and no, they they love leonine materials, and that's because they absolutely love the lion, the king of the jungle. And I'm saying all of this because I visited Jamaica one time and I know everything about Jamaica now. But that's the first thing I thought of was Rastafarians.
I'm gonna go with
Rasta.
just because I love Auntie Mary. Auntie Mary has a leonine heart.
Oh, that's cute.
See?
That was real cute. You did it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Word number 2, bespoke.
Bespoke, like BESPOKE?
Yes.
There's a website. It's bespoke, but yeah.
Yes. Bespoke is spelled BESPOKE, as you said. It's an adjective, and it simply means custom made.
Oh, I think they do sell that stuff. Like they sell custom stuff.
It's usually related to clothing, from what I read, but custom made. Bespoke. It's an adjective.
If I keep eating the way I am, I'm going to have to get some bespoken trousers.
Talk.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say if Trump keeps eating the way he's eating, you know what? Trump probably already owns bespoke clothing.
And there it is.
He ain't buying shit off the rack.
Because he probably thinks somebody gonna poison him and put a poisonous button in trousers. Stupid stuff.
Over you, Trump. But you knew that anyway. So that's it, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all use our words of the week in your vocabulary for the week, like on purpose. You have to listen and try to use it somewhere. And actually, it'll be good. Let us know how you use it in a sentence during your week on social media. If you want to add us, go ahead and do that. That's all I got. So I wanted to let you guys know we are now on Apple Podcast, Stitcher, and Google Play Music. So if that's where you like to listen, we've always been available on SoundCloud and YouTube, but we've added those new platforms. Please go there and go ahead and subscribe. Please remember to visit us at thearticulatepodcast.com. Of course, all episodes are still going to be available through our website. The links for everywhere we're available can be found there. Please remember to subscribe wherever you listen again, and as the new episodes are uploaded every Thursday. Also, remember to join our mailing list on our website at the bottom of the homepage. Again, it's thearticulatepodcast.com. If you go to the homepage and scroll to the bottom, there's a form that you can fill out to keep you updated on everything that we have going on. Savage?
I think you guys should add us and engage with us on all social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So tell your mom and your auntie to hit us up on there. But no, in all seriousness, follow us on Twitter at The Articulate PC. Everywhere else, it's The Articulate Podcast. And I hope you guys will hit us up, will follow us, and will like our Facebook page. And as Ty said, we are now on Apple Podcast, Google.
Google Play Music and Stitcher.
Yeah, I try to replug it, but
Listen, follow, like, comment, rate, do all that shit. So
all of it. But thanks for hanging in there with us, and thanks for showing up at your jobs and being productive citizens. I hope you guys learn more about DACA, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the week and weekend.
all right, y'all. Enjoy. We out.
Bye.
Now slow it down for me, baby. Slow